Elizabeth, this is what you've been doing? Really, darling, they are not real.
A fairy.
This is a compliment, but you look like an agent. You look so put together and fabulous.
Wow.
Like, I totally say yes.
Well, I just dressed up for you. Normally, it's flip-flops and a t-shirt.
You should have worn that, because that's what I want to wear right now, so don't worry.
Well, after the junket, we'll go
We'll
change.
go
I
change.
feel like Disney movies, more than any other movies, were the first ones to show me the power of movies and what movies could do. I remember I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I was just devastated when Mufasa died. It was just, I was like crying.
When who died?
Mufasa.
Mufasa died!
It was
and then he came in the clouds. I cried
I know,
too.
right? It was unbelievable.
It was sad.
What was that first big Disney experience for you where you were just kind of like overwhelmed by one of their movies?
Mary Poppins!
I like it.
Mary Poppins. For sure. Wholeheartedly through and through.
Were you watching like the VHS tape where they come like in the plastic little clasp?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
The one where if you opened it too much, the little thing would like break and then you had to get a new one. But here's the thing that I did. My mom knew that I was a destructive child. I took apart everything, like my Barbies had no heads on them. So I had a couple. So she would say, keep one in the case so you could see the case and then play one all together. Mind you, I knew every single word and song of that whole entire movie for like a good 15 years of my life. And then I stopped it because people started to make fun of me. I love Mary Poppins. And then I worked with Julie Andrews on a movie, and I literally cried in my trailer.
I would too.
I cried.
The only time I've ever gotten to talk to her at a junket, I just sat down and just like tears. You just
Right?
sit there.
Some people just give you that overwhelming emotional reaction. Her and Janet, bawling. Like somebody hit me upside the head with a frying pan.
It was like Mufasa died.
It was deeper than Mufasa dying.
Whoa.
That's deep.
Whoa.
That's
That's
core.
saying a lot.
That's core right there. That's like old Yeller dying. That's
Oh,
like
God.
core, right?
My God.
Take it back.
God,
if you're gonna take it back, take it back.
we're going old school. Old school Disney movies.
Don't be afraid. I just want to be your friend.
A lot of times with these DVD junkets, they'll give us the DVD and we'll watch it at home. But then there was another reporter who actually, they set up a screening for her, and she got to see it in the theater, and she said there were a lot of little girls dressed up as fairies, which I think is such a cool feeling because oftentimes you don't really hear about that anymore, the little kids dressing up. Were you the kid that back in the day would dress up and run around the front yard?
I didn't dress up as a fairy that often.
Oh, no, naturally.
But I love dressing up, yeah. I mean, I guess every actor kind of,
That's true.
If you boil it down to the basics, it's about dressing up and showing off, really. So I used to love dressing up. My mum and dad used to make me and my sister, who's 3 years younger than me, turn up at every fancy dress party as the same characters. We used to go as Lady and the Tramp, and my sister would be the lady, so she would have a pretty dress on, and I'd be the tramp, looking like a hobo. So nothing much has changed, but that was the main extent of my dressing up until I started doing plays and school plays and stuff, and then I loved dressing up. In fact, I was in a production of Peter Pan where I was a lost boy.
Really?
Yeah, when I was about 14. Yeah.
So is it cool how things have now kind of come full
absolutely.
circle? Is it weird?
My career and my life has sort of been like that, really, where a lot of things kind of make another entrance later on, and so Peter Pan has always been really important to me from when I was growing up, and watching the first Disney film had a huge effect, and then being in a production of it. And
Thanks, but I really should be... You jingle when you talk, like a little bell. Tinkerbell? Is that your name?
Is he? Who are you talking to? Extraordinary! I must get this to the museum right away.
Hey, watch out! Video? Father, no!
In the movie, Tinkerbell has a hard time communicating based, because it's all bells and
whistles.
Exactly. If if Raven was a fairy and you had your own sound that would make whenever you talked, what would be that sound? Okay.
And this is totally a steal. My sound would be meow. Meow, meow. Because I watched Super Troopers a couple nights ago.
I like it.
I love it. So
Can we talk about Super Troopers? I don't know how much Disney would like that.
I don't know how much Disney would like that.
If I cut to a Super Troopers clip in the middle of the Disney package.
Meow, 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 meow.
I love it. And coincidentally, they give me the rap as we start talking about Super Troopers.
Well, there's got to be some way to get to Vidia. Faith, trust, and pixie dust. I've got an idea. We need all the pixie dust we can get.
I love the idea of kind of like belief in this movie, and the fact that sometimes, you know, no matter how old you are, you have to believe in things. As an actor, what have been some things that you've had to just dive in and believe in order to,
well,
to see?
Yeah, on every job, every story you do, there's always some moment where, you know, it is an act of faith, really. You have to jump in the dark, you know, and just believe in something. I always love that moment in the Peter Pan stage show where Tink is dying, you know, and Peter says, you know, if you believe in fairies, clap if you believe in fairies. And it's always a magical moment, that, where all these kids in the audience, you know, start clapping, and you feel that kind of belief. And it's what keeps storytelling going, you know. It's an act of belief, really, to say, I'm going to tell you a story, and that you kind of, you know, invest in it, and then it changes you in some way. So belief is right there at the heart of every bit of good storytelling.
Hold on! Bye, Mrs. Perkins! Bye, dear!
Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue.